With a few simple components and a PCB, I made this USB LED stick. Let us take a look at how you can do it too. The first thing we need to do is design our PCB. For that, we will use the Easy EDA designer software, which is free to use online. I have already designed the PCB, the schematics of which is available in the description. After you take the printout of the PCB, cut along the boundaries with a ruler and a knife. Now take a copper clad board, spray it with some cleaning alcohol and use a lightly abrasive material to clean off the oxides, oils and dirt. Next, place your PCB cutout on the copper clad and with a marker, mark the edges. Place your ruler along the edge and score the board. Now you can easily snap off the piece we require. Tape the cutout with the printed side facing the copper. Now cover the top and bottom of your copper clad with a piece of cloth. With an iron, apply heat to the PCB. We do this to transfer the ink from the paper onto the copper clad. Keep the heat settings on medium. Do this for a couple of minutes.
A few minutes later.
Peel off the tape and place your PCB in a cup of water for a couple of minutes.
A few minutes later.
The paper comes off easily and what you have is your design printed on the copper. Next, we need to etch the PCB. For that, we will use ferrous chloride as our etching solution. Dissolve some of it in a cup of water and place your PCB in it. What the etching solution does is that it dissolves the copper. The copper covered with ink does not get dissolved. Shake the cup lightly for a couple of minutes for the copper to get dissolved properly.
A few minutes later.
Take out your PCB and clean it properly with a cloth. Spray your ink with some cleaning alcohol and scrub it off. Solder the components next. I used a 100 ohm 1206 SMD resistor and a 2835 3V 20 mA SMD LED. Now you need a male USB jack. For that I used an old USB cable and took it out from that. You can see the polarity in the diagram. Segregate the data wire from the positive and negative. Remove the wires attached to the data pins. Now apply some solder to the negative and the positive wire. And trim off the excess wire. Place it on your PCB and carefully solder the positive and the negative terminals. I hooked it up to a power bank and you can see that it is working. Solder the remaining LEDs and resistors accordingly. Carefully make all the solder joints and inspect your PCB. I have added some epoxy to solidify the joint between the male jack and the PCB. With this, your USB LED stick is ready. You can add a housing to it to make it look better. Check the description for the schematics and other important details. I hope you learned something. Give a thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel.